Iran. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that is an insult to both Republicans and Democrats who oppose the deal. He said, quote, the president needs to retract his bizarre and preposterous comments. Well, Congress is going to vote on this in September.
This morning, firefighters in the West are busy pushing back flame from dangerous wildfires. 68 are now burning in 8 western states, but crews in California are making major progress against the massive Rocky Fire. Ben Tracy is at the command post in Lake Point, California. Ben, good morning.
Good morning. The fire is now 30% contained, and the final reinforcements have arrived. 360 members of the National Guard just rolled in here. They will head out to the fire lines today to help firefighters put out hotspots.
Firefighters desperately want to prevent this. Newly released photos and video taken by firefighters on the front lines show the Rocky Fire exploding over the weekend, consuming tens of thousands of acres in just hours. This time-lapse map shows how quickly the fire spread over the past 7 days, now covering 109 square miles. Yesterday, water-dropping helicopters doused hotspots on charred hillsides, while fire engines were staged along Highway 20, ready to attack any flare-ups in the hot afternoon sun.
When the temperature goes up, the humidity goes down, how quickly does the behavior of the fire change?
This fire is kind of specific. Usually you get a fire that you start to get some warnings where it's almost like a dimmer switch on your light. This one seems to have an on-off switch.
With the Rocky Fire down but not out, it's still a waiting game for the thousands of people forced to evacuate and wondering when they can go home.
That seems to be the $50,000 question.
The disappointing answer came late Wednesday.
At this point, the evacuation situation stays in effect.
I know they're trying to keep us safe, but I want to go home.
Now, we expect to find out later this morning whether or not authorities are going to reopen Highway 20. That's the main road through the fire zone. If they do, that's a pretty good indication that those evacuees will be heading home. Benita?
Ben, thank you. We are learning this morning that circus spectators in New Hampshire were told to stay put for a huge storm blew the tent down. Monday night's collapse killed 2 people and hurt dozens. The state fire marshal says workers told the crowd to stay in their seats as that storm got closer. Minutes later, just before the tent fell, the workers told everyone to go to their cars for shelter.
This morning, Bill Cosby is under orders to testify in a lawsuit claiming he sexually assaulted a teenager at the Playboy Mansion. A Los Angeles judge says the comedian must answer questions under oath. Judy Huth says Cosby molested her in 1974 when she was just 15 years old. This is the first time Cosby has been told to testify since a series of rape allegations began last year. More than 40 women accuse Cosby of giving them alcohol or drugs and then assaulting them. He denies the claims and faces no criminal charges.
A self-propelled boat is on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean this morning after an historic drug bust. The Coast Guard just released this video of last month's unusual operation. The agency found 6 tons of cocaine on the semi-submersible. The boat is designed to run just below the water's surface to avoid detection. The drugs are worth $181 million. 4 suspected smugglers were arrested.
That's a lot of blow.
Yes.
Well, all right. Many of us can relate to being stuck at an airport.
Delayed, and then they change their mind, and then it's delayed again. It's honestly something we just, we plan into our travel schedule.
Ahead, we go behind the scenes at one of Carrier's operations centers, why airlines choose to delay some flights to make others on time. I want to know about this.
I do too.
Yeah, but first, at 7:19, time to check your local weather.
This morning we're coming in at 71 degrees, quite a bit of cloud cover, and yes, even some lingering showers continuing across central Virginia. That's going to be the trend throughout the afternoon hours. We're looking to see the heaviest downpour later on this afternoon and evening. Kristen?
Thanks, Nikki D. If you're driving through Petersburg, this could slow you down northbound 95, just where it meets with Interstate 85. An early morning tractor-trailer crash closing the left shoulder.
This National Weather Report sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.
Busy day, huh?
Yep, our annual clearance event really brings them in. I can barely keep up by myself. 0% APR financing. Tons of amazing inventory. Only happens once a year. Hologram number 17 seems to have gone rogue. I'm the real Jan now. 0%, 0%.
At our annual clearance event, get 0% APR financing on a 2015 RAV4. Offer ends September 8th. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
It's all yours.
Thanks, Jan.
Toyota, let's go places.
Jon Stewart's final Daily Show is just hours away.
Before I cede to the gentle yet firm gravitational pull of my home planet, New Jersey, I'd like to reflect on what we've built here.
Ahead, the lasting impact from his late-night comedy reign that never settled for just laughs.
The news is back in the morning right here on CBS This Morning.
Imagine, these kids won't have to remember passwords or obsess about security. For them, every screen is meant to be touched, and web pages are meant to be scribbled on and shared. They'll expect their devices to listen to them, and talk, and sing.
I can't find the network connection. Please connect and try again.
I would like the number 4, Richmond, Virginia, Animal Control Emergency number, please.
Here's a list of places I found.
The City of Richmond Animal Control Department. They have their own department.
Let me do a search for an answer to the City of Richmond Animal Control Department. They have their own department.
I'm calling to report the dead dog that I found in the alley. They done put him in a plastic bag. A big dog, look like a Rottweiler.
Helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
No artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, preservatives, and no artificial smiles. Because clean dressings taste better. Panera, food as it should be.
That's it.
Oh, what are you guys doing?
We're making sure nothing sticks.
Otherwise, we gotta scrub all the stuff off.
Dish issues? Cascade Platinum powers through your toughest starchy messes as if your dishes were non-stick. Cascade. Now that's clean.
It's Macy's Super Saturday sale with a preview day Friday. Save 50 to 75% store-wide. Plus, get an extra 20% off with your Macy's card or Wow Savings Pass. Text TV to 62297 to get your Wow Pass sent directly to your phone.
More real news. That's our promise to you. CBS This Morning.
Love eating breakfast burritos any time of the day.
Such a great way to stick it to the man. Who? Father Time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get out from under that structure.
All guy wants to do is tell you when you're supposed to eat certain things.
He's not the boss of me.
Whatever, Father Time. I'm eating breakfast for lunch.
I'm going to ruin my dinner by having breakfast for dinner. Then I'm going to take a nap. I'm back. Now I'm going to have breakfast.
Cheers.
Order a breakfast sandwich, a regular burrito, and drink starting at $3 and get it in 2 minutes guaranteed. This is how you Sonic.
They cornered the wrong man ahead why armed bounty hunters mistakenly tried to raid the Phoenix police chief's home.
And tomorrow on CBS This Morning, the neighborhood showdown over smoke from a famous barbecue joint. Your local news is next.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 This Morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Reba Hollingsworth. Let's get check of weather and traffic. Let's start with Nikki D. We have some rain today, Nikki D.
We sure do. We already saw some this morning, meaning roadways are wet across central Virginia. Notice right now we're not seeing anything falling at the current time. However, things are going to change. The rain we received earlier on has since moved off towards the east, but we're already beginning to see some isolated showers moving in right around South Hill, and that is going to be the trend throughout the entire day. Now, as of the next few hours, we'll be dealing mainly with misty conditions. Then as we go throughout the afternoon, that's when this system's really going to push across central Virginia, beginning to lengthen and spread as we go further into the evening and even overnight hours. We are anticipating to see rainfall rates right around 1 inch in some locations. By tomorrow morning, we will see some lingering showers, but things will quickly begin to clear out as far as the rain is concerned. Today, temperatures getting up to 86 degrees. Tomorrow will be at 79, and we stick with those 80s as we go further into the rest of your weekend and early next week. Chris and I know with all the rain, we do have quite a bit of traffic alerts.
We are making progress here in Petersburg, Nikki D, Interstate 95 north, actually, and in the southbound direction as well, just where it meets with Interstate 85. An early morning tractor-trailer accident closing down the shoulders here. You can see a lot of activity out there. A few brake lights in the area, so just a heads up when you encounter these flashing lights. Take it easy through the area.
This segment of CBS 6 sponsored by R.J. Tilley Plumbing and Heating. We can fix that.
It says here that Richmond is the happiest city in the country. Why is that?
Beauty, history, plumbing.
Plumbing?
Sure, R.J. Tilley. A plumber who can fix anything, guaranteed. Richmond should be happy about that.
What makes me happy is this Hanover tomato sandwich you made.
Funny you should say that. R.J. Tilley made this kitchen.
Plumbing, new kitchens and baths. Get R.J. Tilley, Richmond's plumber for generations. You'll be happy you did.
Mike, you know, the board approved the EU expansion. We need a lead. You have your master's, right?
Enrolling sound like a plan?
Yes. Yes, that looks great.
On campus.
Yes.
Or online. Own your future.
You can have that tomorrow.
Yes, here it is.
Get your bachelor's or master's.
Is that straight?
Yes.
From Strayer University.
Yes. Yes, I do.
The university students have trusted for over 120 years.
Your bed isn't just for sleeping anymore. Sleepy's selection of adjustable bases contour to fit your life. And right now, shop our biggest adjustable base sale and save up to $2,200 on select adjustables throughout the store. Get a Serta Pivot Up foundation starting at just $5.99. Plus, get a Beauty Rest Renew Power Base free with select Beauty Rest mattresses. That's up to a $3,800 value free. Now through Saturday at Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
CBS 6 traffic, powered by James River Air.
Want to take your dorm room from plain to insane? Then you gotta go to Ross. You'll find everything you need for so much less. Look at all the great stuff we got. And we saved so much. You'll get organized, colorized, and accessorized. Looks amazing. Totally. So if you want to save a bunch and be the envy of your dorm, you gotta go to Ross. You gotta go to Ross.
Offer Max 6 is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com.
Pinpointing severe weather. CBS 6, the Weather Authority.
This Thursday's GOP primary debate hosted by Fox News.
Fox News will make the decision tomorrow night as to which candidates make it in the prime time.
Did I say Fox News influence is gone? What I meant was it's gone all the way to the White House. It will decide the next leader of the free world. What the is going on here? The world is demonstrably worse than when I started. Have I caused this?
Jon Stewart's 16-year reign as America's satirical voice is coming to an end. He's going to host his final episode of The Daily Show today. Welcome back, everybody, to CBS This Morning. So with that news, we're going to take a look at Stewart's legacy and how he changed the way many people receive their news.
Plus, bounty hunters act on bad information. Their search for a drug suspect mistakenly leads them to the home of the police chief in Phoenix. That's ahead.
Time to show you some of this morning's headlines. The New York Times reports on Pope Francis calling on the church to welcome Catholics who remarried. In remarks to his general audience, Francis said such couples are not pariahs. He urged priests to foster these families with doors wide open.
The Seattle Times reports on Microsoft boosting paid leave for new parents. They will get 8 extra weeks of paid time off. That means moms will have a total of 20 weeks with pay. The new policy takes effect November 1st. The announcement comes one day after Netflix increased paid leave for workers to a year.
That's great. Remember when Google did something similar? They retained so many more new moms. Hopefully the same thing happens here. The Minneapolis Star-Tribune says probation for NFL star Adrian Peterson ended 15 months early. The Vikings running back was sentenced to 2 years probation. He admitted last year to hitting his 4-year-old son with a switch as a form of discipline. A judge said Peterson fulfilled the provisions of his sentence, which included community service and a fine.
And the Dallas Morning News reports on George W. Bush performing his civic duty. The former president was called for jury service Wednesday in Dallas. He didn't get picked, but stopped for pictures. President Bush was also summoned while in office. He was cleared then because of what the White House called other commitments. This time, a full jury was seated before his number came up.
It's a reminder everybody's got to do it. All right, a bittersweet morning for Daily Show fans. Jon Stewart steps down tonight after 16 years. His team earned 20 Emmys. A generation of comedy stars got their big break as fake news correspondents. Stephen Colbert next month will succeed David Letterman. Vladimir Duthier of our digital network CBSN didn't work for him, but he's outside the Daily Show in New York. Vlad, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the anticipation has been building. Fans have been gathered outside of Jon Stewart's studio since 2 o'clock this morning. Now, he's always claimed he's just a comedian doing a comedy show. But when you examine the influence he's had on media and political watchers, it's clear that he's so much more.
Stop hurting America.
Okay, now.
When Jon Stewart sat down as a guest on CNN's Crossfire in 2004, he was there to serve notice.
The thing is, we need your help. Right now, you're helping the politicians.
And notice that he was a man with clout.
Within months, the president of CNN announced that he was canceling Crossfire, and he credited Jon Stewart.
On his own show, Stewart used his satirical anchor chair to lob bombs at the media and politicians alike.
I think I know why you're here. And let me just deflate the tension right off the bat. Apology accepted.
His popularity grew along with his boldness, and so has his influence, especially among younger viewers and voters. He's appeared at or near the top of polls as the most trusted voice in America.
These people are not here for fear, they're here for sanity, Stephen.
In 2010, Stewart and fellow satirist Stephen Colbert drew more than 200,000 people to Washington for what they called the Rally to Restore Sanity.
The press is our immune system. If it overreacts to everything, we actually get sicker and perhaps eczema.
And he's often credited for getting Congress to pass the 9/11 Health and Compensation Act.
What is it that makes him so special?
Jon Stewart is not afraid to get in the arena and throw punches.
My wicked tongue.
I'm so bad.
If he speaks and makes fun of people, left or right, you have a sense that he's being authentic.
Senator, thanks for joining us. John, it is good to be here.
And his guests are as big as they get. President Obama has been on The Daily Show 7 times, including 2 weeks ago.
I'm issuing a new executive order that Jon Stewart cannot leave the show.
Last week, it was revealed that Stewart had 2 sit-down meetings in the White House with the president, leading critics to call him a propagandist.
Jon Stewart's secret meetings with President Obama tries to explain away his bromance. Does this dent his halo a bit?
His response? Pure Stewart.
They didn't seem to support their assertions with evidence.
Because of his success and his brilliance, there will be many imitators. There will be many people who will vie to take up that mantle. And that's a legacy he leaves.
On Wednesday, it was announced that Jon Stewart's entire set will be moved to the museum in Washington, D.C. to be put on display. Quite an honor for a news program that was just a comedy show. Charlie?
A couple of things to say about Jon Stewart. A great reign, but he also was a great boss, according to everybody who worked with him, encouraged other careers, and also had a very good staff in terms of those guys who found those tapes and wrote a lot of those words.
Absolutely. And he made fun not only of politicians, but also people in the press who took themselves too seriously.
Right.
It'll be interesting.
It's something we need.
The next chapter is too. I mean, he's done some writing, he's done some directing. Maybe we'll see another movie from him.
I know. That's why I'm excited to see the next chapter.
Thank you, Vlad. Phoenix police this morning are investigating a very big mistake. A group of bounty hunters went to the wrong house. They confronted the city's police chief. Adela is here with the video and a possible explanation. Don, good morning.
Possible. Good morning. Reports say bounty hunters in the United States capture tens of thousands of bail jumpers each year. But in Phoenix, well, they got it all wrong. Nearly a dozen bounty hunters swarmed this house in Phoenix, Arizona Tuesday night. But instead of finding this man, who is wanted in Oklahoma, they found Joseph Yonner, the police chief of the 6th largest city in America.
When the chief goes to the front door, he is confronted by an individual who is out there who has a gun drawn.
We have some, I don't know if they're bounty hunters or what they are, but they just banged down our door and they're looking for somebody.
That somebody was Roderick Battle, who is wanted on drug charges. But the team of armed bounty hunters who woke up the police chief and his wife were apparently acting on bad information, an erroneous tip posted on their Facebook page.
There were 11 people out here. One was an 11-year-old child that had on a toy gun belt.
Police arrested 43-year-old Brent Farley, the owner of one of the bounty hunter teams, for criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct.
We don't know if the chief was the target specifically, or if the bond companies were a target and sent there by someone.
You can't make this stuff up. Brent Farley, whom you heard screaming at the police chief in the video, is a convicted felon, which means he's not legally permitted to own a handgun. Police are investigating whether or not this was just an honest mistake or a prank. Nora.
And the 11-year-old was there with them?
Yeah, helping out with a gun belt on. Don't know if he had a gun or not, but he had a gun belt on.
You're right, Don. You can't make it up. Thank you. All right, ahead we go behind the scenes to learn the truth about flight delays.
Good morning. We've all probably wondered, why is my flight delayed? We're trying to get you answers, and as part of that, we go behind the scenes with one of the major airlines in their network operations center to find out how they keep their airline rolling on time. I'm Chris Van Cleve at Washington's Reagan National Airport. That story's coming up on CBS This Morning.
And if you're heading out the door, you can set your DVR so you can watch CBS This Morning anytime. We'll be right back.
Now at Chili's, new smoked chicken burritos for lunch. Make it a lunch combo. Then tap, swipe, and go.
Ask yourself, do you use artificial tears often? Have you been screened for a type of chronic dry eye disease?
Artificial tears give temporary relief, but only Restasis cyclosporin ophthalmic emulsion helps your eyes make tears. With continued use, 1 drop in each eye twice a day every day, Restasis helps increase your eye's natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. Restasis did not increase tear production in patients using anti-inflammatory eye drops or tear duct plugs. To help avoid eye injury and contamination, do not touch the vial tip to your eye or other surfaces. Contact lenses should not be worn within 15 minutes of using Restasis. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation.
Be your own advocate. Call your eye doctor to get screened and ask about Restasis.
Okay, let's try this online snacking thing again. Oh, rough around the edges. Ugh, greasy. Oh, Dan and Oikos, tasty and healthy. And if I don't love it, it's free. Could be the perfect snack.
Dan and Oikos Greek non-fat yogurt is creamy and delicious and has 12 grams of protein and 0 fat.
I think I found the perfect snack.
Seriously, you'll love snacking on Dan and Oikos, or it's free.
Danon.
Shaun the Sheep is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's brilliant and hilarious. The funniest animated movie of the year. Shaun the Sheep, the movie, rated PG, now playing in theaters.
With the pain and swelling of my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, ordinary objects often seemed intimidating.
Doing something simple meant enduring a lot of pain.
If RA is changing your view of everyday things, Orencia may help. Orencia works differently by targeting a source of RA early in the inflammation process. For many, Orencia provides long-term relief of RA symptoms. It's helped new RA patients and those not helped enough by other treatments. Do not take Orencia with another biologic medicine for RA due to an increased risk of serious infection. Serious side effects can occur, including fatal infections. Cases of lymphoma and lung cancer have been reported. Tell your doctor if you're prone to or have any infection like an open sore, the flu, or a history of COPD, a chronic lung disease. Orencia may worsen your COPD. If you're not getting the relief you need, ask your doctor about Orencia. Orencia. See your RA in a different way.
It's Macy's Super Saturday Sale with a preview day Friday. Save 50 to 75% store-wide. Plus, get an extra 20% off with your Macy's card or WOW Savings Pass. Text TV to 62297 to get your WOW Pass sent directly to your phone.
This fall, CBS presents a new family comedy.
My son, Greg, had our 4th grandchild with his wife.
Your dad just forgot my name again.
No, he didn't. His wonderful wife. There she is.
Life in Pieces. CBS this fall after The Big Bang Theory.
He trains. He's psyched. Ready for the knockout? You don't know ARP. He's staying in shape by keeping his brain healthy and focused with AARP's Staying Sharp. With engaging online games developed by the top minds in brain science, and exercise and stress reduction tips that can help impact brain health. So he's ready for the real possibilities ahead. If you don't think top of my game when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Find more surprising possibilities and get to know us at aarp.org/possibilities.
A passenger on a flight leaving Chicago Monday filmed a dramatic thunderstorm through the plane window. Look at that. That is not what you want to see when you are taking off. But there were no problems, and the plane was able to land safely in Houston.
There's something beautiful when you're watching it from not inside the plane, right? Well, weather is often blamed for flight delays. So far this year, more than 458,000 planes have been delayed. Nearly 54,000 flights have been canceled. But there's a lot airlines don't tell you. Chris Van Cleve is at Reagan National Airport outside Washington to show us how the airlines themselves help make the final call. Chris, we're all dying to hear how they make this choice. Good morning.
Well, good morning. And some of it is just simple math. The idea is get as many people where they need to go as close to on time as possible. And to do that, sometimes you have to delay or even cancel flights. We have been pouring through airline performance data for domestic routes, and we have found some similarities amongst the flights that are most often not on time. And we think that may help save you time next time you fly.
We were a little delayed, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
Larson J. knows what should be a quick flight from Chicago's O'Hare Airport to Knoxville, Tennessee, often isn't.
Delayed, and then they change their mind, and then it's delayed again.
44% of flights on that route did not arrive on time last year, the worst nationally. Here's why. The route flies from a hub airport for 2 major carriers prone to delays from weather and congestion. 15 of the 20 worst on the list all came to or from O'Hare. Typically, all flights to Knoxville are small regional jets. That's the case for 17 of the 20 worst performing routes. They hold fewer passengers and make several stops during the day, increasing the likelihood of a delay, especially late in the day.
If you're making a tight connection over a hub to a regional jet in the afternoon, you need to be very careful in planning your itinerary because odds are you're going to be late.
Josh Marks from MassFlight estimates canceling an international flight can run up to $43,000 for an airline while impacting hundreds of passengers. A regional flight can cost as little as $1,000 and affects closer to 50 people.
What they're doing is trying to prioritize how to complete the maximum number of flights that they can, given the limited resources they have to work with.
A potential disruption in Denver.
Inside United Airlines Network Operations Center in Chicago, teams from all aspects of the airline, maintenance to meteorology, work to keep 5,000 daily flights operating as on time as possible.
Are we out of Boston?
Jim DeYoung is the man in charge. He says the airline tries to isolate delays whenever possible.
The metric comes down to how do we inconvenience the least amount of people?
Correct.
And operate the maximum amount of flights?
It's not only the people on that individual flight, it's the people waiting for that airplane. That airplane may have 6 or 7 segments throughout the day. We want to minimize the impact on those downline segments too and those downline customers.
Right, so flights that leave early in the morning, the airlines say, are the most likely to leave on time. If you can't fly nonstop, pay attention to what hub you're flying through. If it's one like Chicago that is known to have delays, maybe look at booking another route if possible. And finally, if there is weather that could impact your flight, call the airline ahead of time. See if they can reroute you around it. That may save you some time. Benita?
Some great tips there, Chris.
And notwithstanding all those problems that Chris explained, they could do a better job of explaining to us what the issues are at the time.
Agreed. Better communicating.
Exactly.
I agree.
At least you don't feel like it's so personal now that you know there's a reason behind it all, right? All right, well, he earned some bad blood. Ahead, find out what happened when a fan tried to grab Taylor Swift at a concert. Take a look at that. But first, it is 7:46. Time to check the local weather.
Right now we're coming in at 72 degrees, a lot of cloud cover, and yes, even some showers still on the radar. This is going to be the trend throughout the entire day, so if you're planning on going to training camp, make sure you grab your rain boots because you're going to need them. Temperatures 84 at noon. Kristen?
Thanks, Nikki D. And gates just open at 7:30. Well, these guardrail repairs could slow you down in Petersburg, Interstate 95 North, where it meets with Interstate 85. You see that left innermost shoulder closed.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places.
Busy day, huh?
Yep, our annual clearance event really brings them in. I can barely keep up by myself. 0% APR financing. Tons of amazing inventory. Only happens once a year.
Hologram number 17 seems to have gone rogue.
I'm the real Jan now. 0%, 0%.
At our annual clearance event, get 0% APR financing on a 2015 RAV4. Offer ends September 8th. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
It's all yours.
Thanks, Jan. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready, let's hurry in and save big at the JCPenney Huge Sale. Get an extra $10 off when you spend $25 or more with coupon. Save on doorbusters like denim for juniors, guys denim, and kids in their favorite fits. JCPenney. When it fits, you feel it.
Heart health's important. So you may take an omega-3 supplement, but it's the ingredients inside that really matter for heart health. New Bear Pro Ultra Omega-3 has 2 times the concentration of EPA and DHA as a leading omega-3 supplement. New Bear Pro Ultra Omega-3.
Behold, the power of protein in new Bird's Eye protein blends.
Okay.
They're delicious side dishes with the protein of beans, whole grains, and veggies. But my work here is done. New Bird's Eye protein blends. So veggie good.
You wish your dog could fight off fleas and ticks. But since he can't, you rely on Frontline Plus. Its deadly killing force kills fleas and ticks plus flea eggs and larvae, preventing a new infestation. Frontline Plus, the vet's #1 choice.
Take ZQL and sleep like the kids went to Nana's house. For the whole weekend. ZQL, the non-habit forming sleep aid that helps you sleep easily and wake refreshed. Because sleep is a beautiful thing.
Food should be good. Strawberries should sing. Lettuce should be dirty. Dressing clean. Debate should be healthy, hatchets buried. Tables should be full, and good food should be good for you. We're not saying these are the rules we should all live by, but it's a good place to start. Panera, food as it should be.
Quilted Northern works so well, people can forget their bathroom experience. Just like they forgot Conductor Randy, who sees all and forgets nothing. At least he's not Constable Bob.
It's the final week of Ashley Furniture Home Store's National Sale and Clearance Event. Save up to 70% on select items store-wide, like sofas, dining rooms, recliners, and queen beds. Plus, get no interest for 3 years. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Introducing new Silk Unsweetened Cashew Milk. With the tasty goodness of cashews, it's smooth, delicious, and creamier than skim milk. And best of all, it's just 25 calories.
Which means you're gonna need a bigger glass.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
I try hard to get a great shape. This I can do easily. New Benefiber Healthy Shape helps curb cravings. It's a clear, taste-free daily supplement that's clinically proven to help keep me fuller longer. New Benefiber Healthy Shape. This I can do.
A fan got a little too close to Taylor Swift at a concert in Canada. You can see the man, he tried to grab the pop star Tuesday night in Edmonton while she was singing Bad Blood. Swift looked startled. She stopped performing long enough to give that guy a good glare. Then she picked up and just continued the show. A witness says the security ended up taking that man away. Luckily, she's 5'10", so she's like, you know what I mean? If that had been a tinier pop star, you could imagine she would have just fallen right over her.
Yeah, she could have used that steel boot to do some damage on his hand.
That's what you're recommending?
No, I am not. I am not
Swift
recommending.
action.
I'm just saying, you know, she's singing Bad Blood. It's not a song you want to reach out and grab Taylor Swift, but resulted in him missing the rest of the concert. Yeah. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk with presidential candidate Rand Paul. He's in Cleveland getting ready for tonight's Republican debate, his strategy and his response to what he calls a loss of sanity in the race. That's ahead right here on CBS This Morning.
My moderate to severe chronic plaque psoriasis made a simple trip to the grocery store anything but simple. So finally, I had an important conversation with my dermatologist about Humira. He explained that Humira works inside my body to target and help block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to my symptoms. In clinical trials, most adults saw 75% skin clearance, and the majority were clear or almost clear in just 4 months.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask your dermatologist about Humira, because with Humira, clearer skin is possible.
Good morning.
With ingredients like roasted hazelnuts and cocoa, Nutella gives you so many delicious options every morning. Send them to school smiling with Nutella. Spread the happy.
Do you like cougars? Terry, will you shut up? You are adorable.
Thank you. Ladies, your belts all snugged up?
Why do we have to buckle up? The pickup stinks with diesel. You gotta be kidding. Oh, please. This is the end. We need resuscitation. Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Hurry up.
My opioid pain medication is slowing my insides to a crawl.
Millions of people are estimated to suffer from opioid-induced constipation, OIC, caused by the opioids they use to manage chronic pain. OIC is a different type of constipation. Opioids block pain signals, but they can also block activity in the bowel.
I'm really struggling to find relief.
Ready to paint a different picture?
Yes,
Talk to your doctor about OIC and prescription treatment options.
I can do that.
If your purse is starting to look more like a tissue box, you may be muddling through allergies. Try Zyrtec for powerful allergy relief. And Zyrtec is different than Claritin because it starts working faster on the first day you take it. Zyrtec, muddle no more.
Listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure, with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. Ensure, take life in.
Tonight, battle lines are drawn.
We need to strike back. We need to kill them all.
This is war.
Hi, I'm Joel Bieber. Who'd you expect? Joel Bieber? Joel Bieber. Hi, I'm Joel Bieber. We'll work hard for you. We offer free consultation 24 hours a day. Give us a call. For over 20 years, I've been saying we come to you, and we still come to you. Call the Joel Bieber firm or go to joelbieber.com.
When you're hurt, we'll come to you. Call Joel Bieber.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 This Morning.
1 I'm Reba Hollingsworth. Let's get a check of weather and traffic. Let's start with Nikki D. We have some rain, Nikki D.
We sure do. Make sure you accessorize properly because we are dealing with already wet roads across central Virginia. Current temperature 72 degrees and plenty of cloud cover all across the board. As far as storms are concerned, we do currently have one just down towards the south into South Hill, moving towards Emporia as we speak, and a lot of lightning is associated with this particular storm. And we're going to see more of this activity as we head throughout the afternoon hours as well. So currently looking to see these light showers down towards the south, but the further we head into the afternoon, the more prevalent these showers will become, continuing to be more widespread as we go throughout the overnight hours into our Friday early morning, and then we will see them beginning to linger out as we head into Friday afternoon. Temperatures today right around 86 degrees, 70s tomorrow, and the 80s continue. Kristen?
Thanks, Nikki D. If your commute takes you north of the city, we have a problem here northbound 95, close to the boulevard heading into the Bryant Park interchange. Center right lane, right shoulder going to be blocked, all due to a multi-vehicle crash. And we can take you out to our maps. We're only seeing that left lane of traffic get by, so there is a 1.5-mile delay.
CBS is putting together the perfect family comedy. Cheers.
Someone's looking at us and he's crying.
It's incredible. I'm so happy. I don't know how much more I can take.
I think I got my period.
Congratulations.
Hey, Tony.
Oh, it's over there.
Life in Pieces, a new family comedy.
Why is there a piece 36?
Some assembly required. CBS this fall.
College is going to be a lot of work.
I know, but it'll be worth it.
Here it comes.
For adult women wishing to go back to school, now there's the American Women's College. Only it's online, so you don't even have to leave home. Apply now for September classes.
It's the recon mission for Tango 165. The endless search for the best berries. A midnight run for Tacos El Pastor. And the empty roads of Dawn Patrol. This is summer driving. If driving matters to you, come to the Mazda Summer Drive event, where we'll make your first 2 payments on any new 2015 Mazda.
Nazi! Fireworks! Nazi! Thursday at 7:05, the Squirrels are at home at the Diamond, featuring in-your-face fireworks, sponsored by your local Ford dealers.
Shop Sleepy's biggest adjustable base sale and save up to $2,200 on select adjustables throughout the store. Get a Serta Pivot Up foundation starting at just $5.99. Now through Saturday at Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
CBS 6 Traffic, powered by James River Air.
You know what you do with my Popeye's rippin' chicken?
Rip it and dip it.
Rippin' chicken with fries, a biscuit, and habanero ranch sauce for just $3.99. What do you do after you rip it and dip it?
Rip it and dip it again.
Ta-da!
Joplin Max 6 is sponsored by the law firm of Allen & Allen. The injury attorneys of Allen & Allen are here to fight for compensation for your injuries. Visit allenandallen.com.
Investigating important stories. CBS 6 News, working for you.
It is Thursday, August 6, 2015. Welcome back to CBS This Morning. More real news ahead, including tonight's first Republican debate. Presidential candidate Rand Paul will be there. We'll ask him how he plans to approach it. But first, here's a look at today's eye-opener at 8.
And if front-runner status counts for anything, nearly 6 months before the Iowa caucuses, Donald Trump arrives here with him.
What I think all of them are waiting for is to see, does Trump go after them? They all, I think, are going to be prepared to hit back.
Police say Montano was homeless. The man who had been institutionalized 4 different times was killed by police.
Malaysia's prime minister was definitive. The French authorities were less so, and family members are left wondering who to believe.
The fire is now 30% contained, and the final reinforcements have arrived. 360 members of the National Guard.
Historic drug bust. The Coast Guard recovered a record 6 tons of cocaine.
That's a lot of blow.
Yes, that is.
Bounty hunters in the United States capture tens of thousands of bail jumpers each year. But in Phoenix, well, they got it all wrong.
Somebody could have been killed last night.
Republican presidential debate, people have already come up with drinking games for it. The most popular game is the one where you skip the debate and go out drinking.
This morning's eye-opener at 8 is presented by Subway.
6, hit it on. Ready, 7. Cue Charlie.
I'm Charlie Rose with Nora O'Donnell and Benita Nair. Gail is off this morning. Police are investigating why a homeless man attacked moviegoers with pepper spray in Tennessee. Vincente Montano unleashed the spray during a show near Nashville. He was also carrying a hatchet and an airsoft pellet gun.
Police say Montano was killed by SWAT team members when he charged at them with the axe. He had a history of mental illness. One man was cut on the shoulder. Other people were treated for the effects of pepper spray. This morning, there may be new clues in the hunt for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Malaysia's transport minister says searchers found more plane wreckage, including a window. Investigators will now determine if it is from the missing flight. The debris washed up on the French island of Reunion. Part of a wing was found there last month. Some officials say it came from the missing jetliner. Others are not sure. The confusion is upsetting relatives of the victims.
Republican presidential candidates are making final preparations for tonight's big debate in Cleveland. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is among the 10 candidates who are qualified for the primetime debate. His poll numbers and fundraising suffered after Donald Trump entered the race. The senator is with us from Cleveland this morning. Senator Rand Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
Tell us what you hope to achieve and what might come out of this debate.
Well, you know, I like to mix it up, so my staff is all saying, oh, no, we need to be cautious, and I'm like, I like to mix it up, so I plan on getting into it with the other candidates.
All right.
All right.
Mix it up. I'm definitely watching tonight then, Senator Paul. When you say you want to mix it up, anybody in particular you want to mix it up with?
You know, why not mix it up on the ideas and issues of the day? Doesn't mean it has to be impolite, doesn't mean it has to be rude, but we need to mix it up because really this campaign and who becomes the president ought to be about ideas and who can best lead the country. And I don't think we should just sort of succumb to, oh, well, you can just say anything and, you know, all of a sudden we're in some sort of reality TV show. I think there needs to be a substantive debate.
Well, it sounds like you're referring to Donald Trump when you say we're in some sort of reality TV show. I know you've attributed his rise in the poll to a temporary loss of sanity. What do you think this debate could clarify?
You know, I think there are a lot of issues. I think we really have to determine what are the best ways to counteract our foes around the world. Do we really need to be involved in every civil war? And has it made us more safe? I think, frankly, that Hillary's excursion and Obama's excursion into Libya made us less safe and made ISIS stronger. I think arming the allies of ISIS made ISIS stronger. And so there really needs to be a debate about that, because so many, in fact, many on both sides think that it's always a good idea to send arms to everyone. We're now talking about, with the Iran agreement to pacify Saudi Arabia, we need to send them more arms.